Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins, and welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent black people. And I wanted to mention something I just saw today. I didn't watch this interview on The Breakfast Club. I don't get a chance to watch a lot of TV or anything like that. But I saw where Boosie, Lil Boosie, mentioned on The Breakfast Club recently that he was asked to apologize by Jay-Z, that Jay-Z basically, was going to get on the phone with him and get him to apologize over the comments he made about Dwyane Wade's daughter, Zaya, who I guess was born a boy and decided to want to be a girl. And Boosie made that little rant about, don't cut his what off and all of that. And of course that was wrong. Dwyane Wade had no plans to remove Zaya's penis. But then again, I don't know. Honestly, I don't talk much about transgender issues because I'm not an expert on it. I don't know. I don't know what draws that line between whether a person makes the decision to make that move or not. I don't think it's unreasonable to think that could occur. I'm sure it does happen. But either way, though, I think that was definitely, and I think most of us would agree that was more of a personal thing. It's more of a family thing. It's more something that they're just doing with their family and really ain't got nothing to do with none of us. The only difference, though, is that the Wades seem to really want to market that, and white people really want to encourage them to market that. And that's where you get into talking about the agenda. They really, really push certain agendas onto the black community, and I think that we just have to be aware of that. And so, was Boosie the best person, to really kind of address that issue? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know if that was really something. I think maybe he could have took some time to kind of make sure he was clear about what he wanted to say. It reminds me a little bit of when Snoop Dogg jumped in on the Gayle King thing, and then he ended up backpedaling, having to apologize. Now, one area where I will give Boosie credit is that Boosie basically told Jay-Z, no, I'm not, or told whoever he was talking to who said Jay was going to get Dwyane Wade on the phone, he said no. In fact, he said fuck no, and I commend that. I think that we have to stop. I'm getting tired of seeing black men always apologizing. It's almost damn near like black men got to apologize just for being born. Like, you got to apologize because your mother didn't abort you at birth. And you got white folks out here doing all kinds of horrible shit, and they don't apologize for anything. Gayle King never apologized for, falsely accusing Kobe Bryant. Joe Biden has not apologized for this lady that's running around saying that her name's Tara Reid, saying that he raped her or whatever. They haven't even really apologized for slavery. So, in my opinion, I think I just want to publicly state that I actually commend Boosie for not apologizing. I think that if Boosie made a mistake or Boosie has nothing further to say, then fine. Then let it be where it's going to be. But I think backpedaling and apologizing, that's a sign of weakness in some cases. It doesn't mean apologies are never called for. Maybe there are some situations where an apology is called for. But, the thing is that the Wades are engaged in really strange behavior in terms of kind of doing, this weird thing where it's like the mass marketing of this gender stuff to a black community that just isn't really feeling it. I think that Hollywood should be ashamed of itself for the way they're so aggressively and forcefully pushing their worldview onto black people. That's what you might call cultural imperialism, colonialism. It's a colonialist kind of mindset which goes back hundreds of years. They would go to black communities around the world, and they would basically say, we're going to civilize these savages. We're going to educate these savages. We're going to introduce these savages to white Jesus. We're going to introduce these savages to British culture. We're going to introduce these savages to our way of seeing the world. And if they don't adopt that, then that means that they're backward. That means that they're ignorant, whatever. So they're doing the same thing now. They're trying to introduce ways of viewing the world that just don't vibe with who we are as people, and people are resisting that. And so as a result, what they're doing is they're doing two things. They're rewarding black people who go with that agenda, who help promote the agenda, and they are punishing those who resist the agenda. So that's why, you see some guys having to go out here and apologize. And I just say to Boosie, I think it's great. You ain't got to apologize for shit, in my opinion. Okay. You know what? My bad. I thought that he was gonna cut it off, but it turns out he wasn't. Oops. And then they said you move on. You can move on, because when they do something to harm the black community, They don't hardly ever apologize for anything. They almost never make it right. The Democratic Party pees all over the black community every time they get elected, but they still show up demanding votes, and they really don't apologize for much of anything. And even when they apologize, it's an empty apology, because basically they don't go back and fix the thing that they ruined. For example, the Democratic Party and Bill Clinton actually sent more black men to prison than Adolf Hitler killed Jews back in World War II. He destroyed more black families than Adolf Hitler could have ever done. So to me, the fact that you have barely apologized, I think they did kind of mention like it was a mistake. But then two, you haven't even fixed the problem. Those people are still sitting in prison, a lot of them. That tells me that you don't care anything about us. So I'm with Boosie. You ain't got to apologize. Just next time, brother to brother, I would say, take your time, make sure you do your homework, pick your battles. I will confess I would not have advised Boosie to have that conversation. I met Boosie's manager. I don't know Boosie, but I met his manager. His manager's a great brother. They had some sneakers they make, and I bought a pair. Or I can't remember if I bought them or if he gave me a pair, but I actually thought it was real cool, and so I like the manager. Real smart brother, real conscious brother, so I have a lot of respect for that. But I never met Boosie personally. But I will say that if I was speaking to him, I'd probably say two things. One, maybe we ain't got to really talk about that. Maybe we find something else to talk about. And then two, if you are going to talk about it, let's just make sure we do our homework so that we don't give them ammunition so they can come back and somehow use that as an excuse to try to annihilate you or marginalize you or whatever. So, but I think he's on the right path. No, he ain't got to apologize for nothing. Let the Jay-Z's and the Snoops do all the apologizing, because they're the ones really trying to get in good graces with these white folks who will literally make black men apologize just because you're breathing. Just because you did not die from the coronavirus, you must apologize because your ass is living and your mama didn't abort you when you were a baby or when you were an embryo or whatever. It's ridiculous, man. It's sad. I'm tired of seeing black men on our knees apologizing when ain't nobody apologizing to us for nothing. So that's it, guys. I'm out of here. Have a good day. Hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe at drboystv.com. That's drboystv.com. We're the home for intelligent black people. I'm out of here, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Peace.